Well, praise the Lord and good afternoon, everybody. I didn't have a presentation and after Renetta got up here with her iPad. I'm like, oh, I thought I was just giving a testimony. For those of you that don't know me, I am Chiquita Fortson, also known as Wonder Woman. And my close friends know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you the first thing that happened to me that made me really realize I needed to have self-care. My husband started pastoring in February of 2008. In May of 2008, I was laying flat on my back in the hospital for, I think it was 5 days, with a Rocephin IV drip in my arm. And I had a fever of 103 plus that they could not break for 5 days. And I'm gonna tell you how I cheated to even get out of the hospital. Because they said, if we can get you down to a certain temperature, you can go. I ate ice all night long. And every time they came to check my temperature, they're like, well, it looked like it's trying to go down. It was the ice. I had this weird, really, really weird kidney infection, and I won't go into all of that. But I was laying on my back, and my parents, my father pastored, my mother was a pastor's wife. I started thinking about all the pastors' wives that I knew that were dead or in a wheelchair, and their husbands were still walking around looking good. And I was like, oh God, I don't want that to be my mother. At that time, my mother had passed by then. And while I was laying in the hospital, you know, those of you that know me, know my family, y'all know everybody's codependent on me. And my husband and my youngest son, they were standing at the end of the bed and they were saying, well, we don't have any money. I'm like, okay, well, there's an ATM downstairs. You know, Matthew, go look in the closet. My wallet's in there. Get my, you know, debit card. My husband was looking at me like, I don't know how to use a debit card. And I'm like, you know, and they just standing there looking at me. I'm like, there's no money gonna shoot out my feet. It's not gonna happen. So, you know, we're gonna do something, you know, different. But while I was laying there, I don't know, I went in the hospital, literally I went to the doctor for a visit and he put me in the hospital. He's from here. I didn't have any clothes. It was like, go in. And, but I had been sick probably, I know at least a week, but maybe 2 weeks. And those of you again that know me, my bladder is the size of a penny. I can't, I keep getting up and going to the bathroom here. Y'all keep talking about drinking water, I'm drinking it, I have to go. And I had met my sister halfway to meet, to my father, we would meet halfway in Batesville. I'm from Jackson, Tennessee, to, you know, pass my father back and forth wherever he wanted to stay. And so I had taken my father back, and that's about a 2-hour plus drive. And I never stopped to use the bathroom. I came back home. I never stopped to use the bathroom. I went to, there was an event here at the church. And then I went to the grocery store. And while I was in the grocery store, I started feeling really weird. And I started having chills and fevers. And when I got in the house, I looked at my youngest son and said, man, I can't get the groceries out the car. And I just went and got into bed and I just started shaking. And he called his dad and he was like, you need to come home. There's something wrong, something going on. But anyway, but I forgot what day I was in the hospital. I went in on a Tuesday, got out on a Saturday, but somewhere between Wednesday or Thursday, I picked up my cell phone to use it. Because you know us, I don't care what's going on. We still working, we still doing, we're still ministering, we're still supporting and caring for other people. And my cell phone died. It had died, not battery, it had crashed. I mean, I think I might have still been using a BlackBerry at the time, but it was dead. I literally had to get a new phone once I, got out of the hospital. Okay. When I got back, I was able to finally go back to work. When I got to work and got ready to log in, to my computer had crashed. And I'm like, God, what is going on? And I realized, I said, you know what? I got to do some things differently. I didn't work full time anymore after that. And I know it was easy for us because we own our own business, but I was going to work every day. So I figured out how to work more efficiently because, we were at the church all the time, and things were going and doing, and, you got the children, you got the grandchildren. And I just realized I got to take care of me.
That's right.
I've got to take care of me. Do I always do a good job? No. But I always remember. And when I conclude, I'm going to tell you my coffee cup epiphany I had while I was on vacation last year. Now, the reason I know my cholesterol, Dr. Lee, is because I have high cholesterol. I have battled high cholesterol since I got out of college. When I got out of college, I was in great shape. I was working out 4 or 5 times a week. I had a healthy BMI. So I have one of those high cholesterol things, and I have to control it with medicine. I've changed my diet. I've ate oatmeal, which I don't like. I've done all these things, and it never goes down. So that's, until the my husband preaches all the time, give God something to work with. You have to get, and that's all the testimonies I've been hearing, and what people are saying and as they're presenting, you got to give God something to work with. I've been on every diet that you can name, some that you all probably never even heard of before. And I remember one time we were somewhere and I was like, I said, well, I'm on a diet. And my little cousin looked at me and he said, you've been on a diet since you were in high school. You know what, you're right. So I've even tried the raw diet. I make it to 12 noon. That's it. So I've tried Weight Watchers, Atkins, Mediterranean, Wise Way to Weight Management that the YMCA does, keto, low carb. I did the dairy. I've done it all. I am going to do the exercise you said, because I'm going to find what that key denominator is. And you all have seen me here at church. I'll be fine and dandy, and then I'm slow and low because it came back on. I've been up, I've been down, I've been up, I've been down. But this time I am determined, I'm coming down and I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna keep it off. I am compulsive when it comes to germs. And those of y'all know me, I got that. So when they were like, oh, it's one person in the United States, well, I freaked. I'm just like, Lysol, what? And I'm, y'all know I got this predominantly male in my family while I'm eating. And so I got in this habit of, I'll eat this little piece of celery for dinner. And then I get in the bed, I'm exaggerating. And I get in the bed and I'm like, I get this whole plate, half a turkey, some dressing, gravy, French fries, my chips, because I'm like, this is my me time. And I'm like, I've got to break that. So it's learning the things that I do that make me feel better, like Dr. Leah said, but they're not healthy. As you get back up. And my big mama used to say, she said, in your spiritual walk, she said, if you fall, now I'm not advocating that you have to, Big Mama used to say, Mrs. and I grew up together. For those of you all didn't know, if you fall, don't waddle. So you don't stay there. You don't give up. You don't keep using excuses. You lift cans. You can take these water bottles. You can take these water bottles. You can put sand, rock, water, different things in them and make them different weights. Write what their weight is on there. Then you can have some 3-pound weights, some 5-pound weights. You know, get a gallon jug of distilled water. Same thing. So there's and you know, do different weights on it. Stop making excuses. Women are the most resourceful creatures on earth. I can give each one of you women right now a $20 bill, and you can do more with that $20 bill than some people can do with $1,000 because we're resourceful. We know how to make it happen. We know how to make it work. I laugh and tell the people all the time, it's like, oh, you seem like you always got it together. I said, look, sometimes by the time I get to church, my back's still wet from the shower, you know, because things get thrown, you know, at you. Do this, do that. Oh, I forgot, you know. But we're resourceful. Everything everyone said today was just wonderful, so wonderful. But you have to love you.
That's right.
You know, they have a saying going around now, hurt people, people that are healed, heal others. And I feel like this, if you love yourself, you have the capability to love others. You really do. If you take care of yourself, you have the capability to take care of so many people.
That's right.
So many lives are impacted by your life. By your life. You're important.
Yes.
You matter. You really do.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself and have a positive self-image. I don't care if you're a Coca-Cola bottle or a 2-liter bottle.
Right.
And you know, one of the things I work on with Asia, because her brother is very thin. And she said, well, why? I said, Asia, some people just naturally thin. Some people are naturally thin and some are not. I don't care how much you eat and this, etc., whatever they are. I can't wait for the menopause talk. Because, you know, look, it's no secret. If y'all hadn't figured out by now why I'm the only one fanning in church. That's why. If people like, you don't go natural. No, I sweat too much. I can't. So take care of yourself and love yourself. Now, like I said, we fall down, we get back up. So here's my get back up moment. I had surgery last year in April. I had 2 tears in my meniscus. And I was walking pretty good, you know, before that. And I would come out, you know, finish my walk, I'm in pain, whatever, and ice and whatever. And then to the point it got like, look, I don't even want to go to the bathroom. I'm in so much pain. And I did finally do something about it. It took me some months and some coercing to get to the point that, okay, I'm gonna have to have surgery. So I'm getting back into working out. I was telling Carolyn, I said, hey, you're talking about celebrations? I'm finally able to do a jumping jack because I couldn't do any kind of impact on my knee. It just hurt with a knee brace or whatever. So I'm excited. I can do 25 jumping jacks and I'm just like, yes. But like I said, you know, you get off track, and Lord knows the pandemic has thrown us all everywhere. We don't know whether we're coming or going sometime. But my husband and I went on vacation in last year. I forgot what month. And the cabin we were in had a balcony, and we loved that. And our view was the forest and the lake at the resort we were staying at. So we would sit out there, and it's just, you know, you just see the squirrels running, and it was just nice and peaceful. And we would have coffee every morning, and we would talk and, you know, whatever. And I was like, man, this is so nice. And I wish we could do this at home. And he's looking at me like, why can't we? Because he was doing it, of course. You know, but I'm like, okay, put the coffee on, go throw a load of clothes in the washer, and then go empty the trash, and then go do this and do that. And okay, did the coffee finish brewing? Yes, it has finished brewing. And okay, now I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, and then I'm gonna go do, oh, let me go order his prescription that he said he wanted, and let me go get the stuff together that I'm gonna take to dry cleaners. And then, oh, where did I sit my cup of coffee? And it got to the point that a hot cup of coffee was like the best thing that could ever happen to me. And until the moment we went on vacation, and I'm like, I can do this. And then, just to have that moment with my husband in the morning before our day gets busy, we've already got up and prayed and had our devotion and our time with God. And now here's some time we can have together. And we'll sit there on nice days, and we'll have on non-fast days right now. And we'll have our cup of coffee, and we'll talk and kind of talk about our day or what we should do, or talk about the Bible or just different things, and just enjoy that moment. And on nice days after that, we go walking. And sometimes, I've got my earplugs in, he has his in, and sometimes we're still talking about things. So we might not do, the music or the whatever we're currently listening to. So that's my coffee cup epiphany. And that's what I've been holding on to when I find myself rushing. I don't know if you all are like me. I rush through my housework like it's a race. Like I'm in an obstacle course, like, oh, I gotta go hurry up. The dryer alarm went off. Gotta go get the clothes. And sometimes I have to stop and say, why? It's okay. You have time to do that later. Sit down and enjoy your cup of coffee, Chiquita, while it's hot, while you haven't lost it. I have found coffee cups sitting in my closet. I have a little shelf in my closet. I'm like, I can't find, day later, where my coffee cup is, sitting in the shelf. We're empty nesters now. So if the grandkids are not over, it's sitting in one of the boys' rooms. It's like, where did I leave my cup of coffee? So that's my coffee cup epiphany. And when I find myself being anxious or stressed or rushing myself or overwork, that's what I think about and hold on to. So I encourage all of you to get something too that you think about. What's my go-to or my mantra or my affirmation or whatever it is that resets me. We're fasting this month at GBT. And I was talking to one of my friends back home, and I said, I'm so looking forward to the fast because I need a spiritual reset. Not that I was in sin or doing anything wrong, but you get busy, you get distracted. And I needed that spiritual reset. So sometimes you have to have that mental reset. Sometimes you have to have that emotional reset, that physical reset. And you know how you get things, electronic things, and you push the reset button and it goes back to the factory settings. Let's push the reset button and go back to the factory setting. We know who our maker is. God created us, and we have to reset back to how he set us. God bless you all. Be blessed in Jesus' name.